One of my favorite parts of the business is teaching and training and growing other people. That's where I get my fulfillment, actually, even more than, selling real estate.
It seems like from the outside looking in that social media is a big part of your lead gen model.
But I think that one of the reasons why we do so well on social media is not planning.
There's a direct correlation. This is fascinating, by the way. Direct correlation to the number of pendings to the number of people in your team. However, there is not a direct correlation to the number of pendings to the amount of profit.
Some people are like, oh, it's just like fun, like selling sunset or, fashion show. But unfortunately, that's not the job.
Right. Right. Yeah. So what is your strategy? And I think a lot of agents are lost just because if we're looking at the county report, most homes are selling 5 to 6% below ask price.
If you're a new agent, I definitely recommend joining a team. That's where I got all my value from all the different people in my life.
Hello, you beautiful people. Welcome back to Tampa Bay Unlocked. I'm super excited about today's guest, longtime friend and a great agent in the business. And this is a podcast where we talk all things real estate, the market, and life. Welcome to the show, Jayden Chiaravalle.
Good job. Thanks so much for having me.
Yes.
I'm very excited.
I'm very excited, Jayden, because I feel like, you and I both moved here in a close time frame, right?
Proximity. You're one of my first friends.
Yes. Yeah. The gym will do a lot of fun stuff for us, right? That's one thing. St. P has a really great gym community. But, for those two people who aren't familiar and haven't seen one of your viral videos, where did you come from? How long you been in the business? Just give us a little background on you.
Yeah. So I'm from Peoria, Illinois, close to Chicago, but more cornfields. So came from there. I've been here a little over 3 years. Prior, I did real estate back in my hometown as well. I started actually at 18.
Oh, wow.
Didn't go to college, and so I was at the front desk, and then realized, as soon as I was able to, it was actually at 21 is the legal limit back then. I think it's 18 now, which is kind of crazy.
Okay, so in that time you couldn't sell real estate till you were 21.
Yeah.
Oh, so you weren't licensed.
I did like marketing and the listing inputting and all the back end stuff, which is really nice because now a lot of people, I feel like they get into real estate and they know the sales side of things, but I also know some of the background of it as well.
Yeah.
So I did that and then got licensed at 21 and have loved it ever since. Been doing it, yeah.
Okay, and I know, but prior you had a great business in Illinois.
Yeah.
What brought you to St. Pete, and what was it like starting over in a new market? Because I know there's a lot of agents listening right now that are like, oh, okay, I'm here, but I only knew two people, right? You moved here. How many people did you know when you moved here?
2.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, okay, so what brought you to St. Pete, and what was that transition like for you?
So my family every other year would vacation to St. Pete. My mom has been going forever. And so this was kind of like our, little second home. And I remember I was doing a dream board and I was like, what do I want out of my next year? What is new? What do I love? And I kept thinking about the beach in Florida. And I'm like, what's stopping me? What's stopping me from moving? And so that's when it kind of aligned perfectly, a perfect God's plan, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. And so it was able to easily get me here, which thinking back, actually social media I met somebody online. And so very grateful for that. And they were in the real estate space. And so I was able to pack up my bags and move and start over. So that was kind of scary. At the time, it was exciting. I didn't realize it was like all these emotions. But once I got here, definitely difficult to start. So I had to what I used to know, which is in my hometown, I knew every single person. It's a small town. You know everyone. It's probably easier to get business, right? Where when you come to a new place, you have to, redo all that. So like you mentioned, I went to the gym, joined groups, tried to talk to everybody that I met or get their information too. That's something that's super smart to do. And then open houses were a big one for me, actually. So that's where, you're getting browsers essentially. And so as long as you keep up and follow up with those people that you met and got their info, they typically will work with you if you keep that connection.
As you're painting your picture of your story, I had such a cool moment sitting here listening to it, because as you're saying that, I was like, oh, I know who you're talking about in terms of the agent and team that you joined, right? Because you joined a team. That agent used to be KW, so I had already was aware of them, knew who they were. And I can remember when they made the announcement of you coming here.
Oh, that's fun.
And thinking like, man, someone else coming from
You're
out of
like,
town.
Oh gosh.
Not even like that, but just like the area of like other people because I was still new of that confirmation of like, oh, there's other agents that are moving here from other states and they're going to be in the same boat that I am. It was just like one of those like affirmation things. And then I remember, I think Carly being like, oh, you have to meet Jane. She just joined Sweat and she's in real estate too. You guys will hit it off. Like, you know what I mean? Just like you guys will vibe because you're in the industry.
Yeah.
And just coming back, and now here we are doing a podcast. How freaking cool is that?
I know.
Yeah,
we're back.
Yeah, we're back. We're back. And wow, you have grown and blown up and done some really awesome things. And I think you're from what I see, you're on track to have the best year yet since being here.
Yeah.
You just made some pretty big moves, and you got more than just yourself. And it seems like from the outside looking in, that social media is a big part of your lead gen model.
Yeah. Yes. So I don't have to do as many open houses anymore. Let's just say that.
Fair. So how did that work? What was that transition like? How did you know that was starting to work? You also kind of, are you in a partnership? Is it just a team agreement? Like for those, they kind of give us a lay of the land of the structure of how your world's set up now. From when you started to, when you first moved here, you were on someone else's team and now you're running your own ship.
Yeah, so it got to a point where I just was, and actually you were one of the people that told me, you were like, you need to go on your own. And I was like, I don't know, like, I'm just trying to figure it out. And, and there was a moment where I was like, okay, I think I'm ready. You know what? Like, let's do it. Let's start seeing what's out there and interviewing brokerages and all that good stuff. So, went on my own. And very swiftly after that, people asked to join me. And I was like, whoa, that's not a part of the plan. But sure, as long as it makes sense and such. So I had some other agents join me, and thankfully it's done really, really well. Very great partnerships. So I technically am the team lead and have, helped train the girls and grow them and flourish their businesses and such. So, we do like Tuesdays and Thursday meetings and all that fun stuff. But we also, with social media, like to make it fun, show our personalities and such. I feel as if, a lot of people take social media super seriously, which is great, but also just showing that you're human as well and showcasing, your day on your stories. People love to follow along and, what's she doing or what are they doing? So that's kind of how we started everything.
So is it in the social media plan intentional? Are you guys following a schedule in terms of posting? Are you creating your content ideas prior to getting to the listing to what you're going to do? And because a lot of agents right now are like, everyone understands that it's important, but there's like a lot of prep work in making sure that it goes seamless.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of behind the scenes, but I think that one of the reasons why we do so well on social media is not planning and showing up with I will say we plan our outfits. It's very swift though, hey, I'm wearing this. Do you have something to match? And then we show up at, okay, let's start at this listing. And then when we get there, we make everything up on the fly. Like our Let's Go Check It Out videos, we've never ever written a script. We've never.
So you're shooting. So whoever your videographer, how many takes are you guys doing?
Well, we shoot obviously the like viral trends that we do. We're having a professional recorders, but how we got started for like people listening is we just used our iPhones, and whoever has the camera, I would just record Karina, let's say, or vice versa, and you're just bouncing ideas of, oh, that's funny, oh, that sounds good, oh, I'll do it again, or faster, or more energy.
So you guys are
yeah.
coaching each other as you're doing it, and you're kind of bouncing off each other as you're showing up.
Yeah.
But what was the you just did like the cop one or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You made that up on the spot? No way.
No. So those videos, we just started doing the fun trending ones, and we typically see somebody else doing something and can take the audio and do a similar situation. But usually just kind of one of us, it still was, we showed up and I was like, hey, this looks kind of cool. You want to try? And then we just put up the tripod, and if it looks good, it looks good. If it doesn't, trash it. Move on to the next.
Quick. Okay, so making this transition, one, I think we can still break down the social media plan a little bit more. So it's not scheduled.
No, I think we just both realized that you need to be posting very consistently for the algorithm to like you. And so whatever that looks like, some people can do like carousels, which is taking photos of houses, and then we try and do some reels, and then we also try and just do clips of new houses that are beautiful that hit the market. So we have knowledge of what is the market doing. So we try and go see those new listings. The market typically, as you know, new listings hit the market on Thursdays and Fridays. So that's probably more so when we're going to do it is, hey girls, let's get together at this time after our meeting and go pop by a couple of the trendy houses that are on the market.
Fair. Do you find that any agents have an issue with you making content at their listing that's not yours?
Not really, because we always make sure to tag them, and then if they want to share it, it also helps them.
Yeah.
I mean, we're trying to bring you a buyer.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But there are, I'm sure, we've had a couple where they say no, or the seller, if it's owner-occupied, it's a lot harder.
Yeah.
We try and do more of the vacant staged homes, because, you know, owner-occupied,
they look better.
Yeah. And they don't really want you in their house if you're not doing a showing, which makes sense.
Yeah.
So.
Got it. Okay, so we're kind of shooting from the seat of our pants here a little bit, in terms of the planning, but you guys are consistent. It's like a part of your thing.
Yes, you need to be consistent. You need to be... It also, sometimes it's not always about the followers. It's about engaging with what you currently have. So, maybe trying to post stories that get interactions, whether it's talking to the camera or putting the fun, like, slide or...
to like it or whatever.
Yeah. And then maybe messaging them and being like, hey, would love to, are you looking to purchase in the future?
I want to get into automation in a second, but how is your business as like agents that are listening, maybe that are in that spot of like, maybe I need to bring people on, maybe I'm not. And you're saying, hey, people showed up and you were like, this is not what I expected, right?
Yeah.
They're coming to you. I'm always intrigued of like, what was going on in your head in that moment where you felt like, okay, we can do this. And let's start there.
Well, on the teams that I was on prior, whether it was in Illinois or here, I do, one of my favorite parts of the business is teaching and training and growing other people. That's where I get my fulfillment, actually, even more than, selling real estate. And so I knew that I enjoyed that. I think you have this, like, self-doubt, and so when someone comes to you, I was like, okay, maybe I can do this. And what's the worst that can happen? So that's how that got started. And what was the continued question?
Well, I mean, okay, so you had some confirmation in that people showed up, but you said that wasn't necessarily your plan initially, right? Yeah.
I was just gonna potentially go off on my own and see how that works.
And so what's now what's the value and why have a team?
Yes. I was on, like I said, multiple teams prior, and I got a lot of value from it. I have, technically been in the business for about 8 years now. If you're a new agent, I definitely recommend joining a team. That's where I got all my value from all the different people in my life. Not only that, you have other new agents in the business that are doing it with you alongside of you, that you can ask questions. Hey, what are you doing? What's working? What's not? So I definitely think the teams that I was on prior were very valuable. And then I just took what I learned and what I enjoyed and implemented that. And so for a new agent, definitely the biggest recommendation is find somebody that you admire or want to be like, and ask them, how do you do this? I definitely think whether I don't think I would actually want to do it solo. I don't think that was really my long-term plan. I think I just wanted to start and see how that would happen.
What's it like now being on the other side?
You notice, you see a lot of things that you didn't realize. It's definitely a whole different ball game. But I really, really enjoy it. I really enjoy the business side. It's a lot of, delegating too. Like you have, a transaction coordinator or, so using your strengths and weaknesses and being able to implement other people, whether it's on your team or you've hired out business. So yeah, I really think that that's definitely the best way to go.
Different though, being in a leadership position.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, you have to make a lot of different decisions, and I do enjoy it though, because then it's like I get to make the decision. So I know what we're going to do.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like, and you've had the experience of being on other teams of what worked, what didn't.
Definitely.
And you can take that, and right, you can take the good and the bad and apply it to your own.
Yeah.
And
I'm a teacher's pet too. So I really paid attention to, how that leader operated and what worked and what didn't.
That's fun. So what's the direction now? What's the plan for the team? What are you excited about? What's bringing you the most? Where's the passion coming from? The fire?
Yeah. I think that, I do have lots of other people reaching out that want to join very often. And I'm kind of at that struggling point where do I continue, I like what I currently have going on, and I want to ensure that I'm able to give the value to those people and not stretch myself too thin. However, I do think that, in the future, hiring the right people is very, very important as well. Do you
guys have an admin or just your TC?
Just a TC.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, curious on that structure. I just saw there. I was just at a large conference, and they said there's a direct correlation. This is fascinating, by the way. Direct correlation to the number of pendings to the number of people in your team. Makes sense. However, there is not a direct correlation to the number of pendings to the amount of profit.
Yeah.
So a lot of these teams, you see a $50 million team and you're like, oh my gosh, they're killing it, but their profit margin's 15%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So that's sort of the thing I'm really diving, especially as the industry's been tighter, is getting into agents' P&L and their budget, because at the end of the day, why are we in this?
Yeah, absolutely. I want
to be profitable.
Yeah, I want to be able to retire and have some babies one day. I don't want to be tied to working all the time.
Yeah, exactly. So I just think that's fun. As we're growing, it's like, okay, I need more agents to get more pendings, but I got to manage that correctly to increase profit.
Yeah.
Because we should have a 40% profit margin.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think that sometimes I've seen teams, multiple different teams, they grow too fast or too quickly, and you're not able to, train those and answer the questions to your team members. And I don't want to ever do that. I don't want someone to feel as if and then I also still do my own business. So I don't want my clients to feel that either, that I'm stretched too thin. So I think it's, at the right pace. And then, like you said, ensuring that you're profiting at the end of the day and you're not spending too much money on leads. Or I've been on teams where, they buy the Zillow leads, and I'm thinking, yeah, you're making X amount of money, but your Zillow leads that you're giving is so expensive. I'm like, the ROI doesn't add up.
Right.
So.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. That's interesting concept. I just thought, with the amount of pendings and people, right? We need people, and then it's like you can handle the amount of deals as good as your systems. So the quicker you can build good systems, you can handle more, and you can grow quick. You can grow quickly as long as you put the right systems and people in the right place. Absolutely.
I think something for us too is we currently still edit all of our videos.
What?
Karina and I, yeah. And Mackenzie, and I think that something next is I really need to delegate that to somebody else, because that's not something that I should be spending my time doing.
Zero time. Do you know how many podcasts I've edited?
None.
0.
Yeah, it's so quick though. So in my head, I'm like, gosh, this is so quick. And then I did try and, train somebody. I don't know. I started and then
we'll
took
talk
it over.
offline.
Yeah.
Because that is a huge ROI on time.
That literally that's like kind of my new on my to-do list.
Yeah.
Get that checked off.
I'll point you in some directions with that. But it is a craft.
Someone over here?
No, it's nobody even in this country.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've heard. Okay.
Yeah. It is a craft. It's an art, right? But there is a system to it that can be, right? You just have to break down, okay, what do you do? Can we systematize that? And then we just hand that off to someone else.
Yeah, I need to do that.
Yeah, because that's a lot of time. You could think of all the more videos you'd be pumping out if you didn't have to.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to, definitely.
That's fun. So what's your favorite part of the business? Agents get into this business for all different types of reasons. I think there's some myths out there about what it's like to be a real estate agent. So we'll get into the myth part. But first, what's your favorite part of the business? And don't give me the cliche, I just love helping people. I know that's a part of it, right?
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, I do like helping my team members, I will say, like I already mentioned. That's one of my favorite parts is I think real estate's really hard. Real estate's very, very hard, and giving somebody that confidence and like, you can do it. And I had a great father figure that always like, you can do anything you put your mind to. And, there's so many people that don't have someone in their life to coach them, and you can do whatever you say yes and do it. And if you don't know how to do it, figure it out. So we're going to figure it out. So I would say that's probably my favorite part is, obviously, like you said, everybody loves the helping someone, it brings tears to people's eyes when they buy their home and they didn't think they could, or their dogs are running around and they send you those pictures after the fact and they're all happy. So, but yeah, I would say that that's probably my favorite.
Helping them, helping your team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Helping people that want to be helped too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, it's good. It's just real leadership qualities. What I'm seeing in you, Jayden. We've never sat down in such a setting like this to really dive deep. That's why I love this medium of just jamming out. How are you guys, if at all, using AI in your business?
I mean, the normal listing descriptions. I usually voice text a lot just because we are, like you said, I don't like being on my phone. So I'll voice text and then pop it in there and make the verbiage a little bit more clear, throw it back in my phone. And then sometimes you're like, I would never say that. So then I take some things out and edit it and send it off. But besides that, not really.
No AI in your lead capture through Instagram or anything like that?
No.
Opportunities, systems. I'm just curious because I think there's so many, we keep hearing about AI, but everyone's like, how do we actually AI?
Yeah.
Teach me how to do it.
Meaning like the meta. Have you seen that?
No, meta in what sense?
Where it automates and sends stuff to people.
Oh, okay, yeah. So there's so much in terms of lead capture of what AI agents can do. Like we have to get out. Good prompts are important, right? We know good prompting is important. We got to train the AI the way that we want, right? So that you could train it to sound like you going forward. So you would have to do less editing. Have it analyze your business, do some strategic thinking, like all those things. But what about, okay, you guys are popping online, someone DMs you. Is there a system that's AI lead capture so that way when they DM you at 11 o'clock at night, things are still happening and that person ends up in your CRM that already has a whole profile built out about them and you guys are like, we just got to, they're qualified, we're loving life.
Yeah, we currently I've hired out somebody who helps with a lot of that. Who actually DMs them and then is able to put them into the database. We have done where we had, you comment home and then it automatically sends it to them. The only thing with that is it was kind of getting tricky where, it didn't sound like me. And I think we needed to do some more editing with that, more practicing and such to be able to get it to work properly. Yeah. But we do have essentially a social media manager who's able to assist and help with those leads.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I'm just curious because I'm just as like a fan on the sideline watching. I'm serious. And hearing what you're saying and where you're going, I'm like, you got to have this infrastructure built out to handle the load of the leads that are about to come in, right? So that way your guys aren't pulling your hair out.
Yeah, missing things.
Yeah, because there's nothing worse as an agent than dropping a ball.
And you're like,
Oh, I forgot to follow up.
There's the close
Yeah.
sold sign and it's not me.
Yeah. Oh,
Dang
man.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So we do have somebody in that space that continuously is supposed to, watch the DMs and make sure that nothing comes in. And yes, and then they text me and say, "Hey, did you see this?" Or "Don't forget about this person." They'll like remind me, "Hey,
Okay, that's
don't
good.
forget." So that's really good. But I definitely think using AI is another next.
Yeah, it's
move.
just an area I'm diving down. Ironically, because I'm always talking about it, people think I'm an expert in AI, which I'm just passionate about AI. I want to be in the rooms with people who know way more than I do.
Yeah.
Right? I don't want to be people come to me as the expert. I want to be the dumb guy in the room with all the smart people.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Definitely. But because of that, I just took a phone call earlier this week that was really interesting about some solutions, and the conference I was just at with 6,000 agents, it was AI, and how important it is, for our business. And here's a fun formula for you. It's 20-60-20. 20% is what we put into the AI, how good our prompt is, all the information we feed it. 60% you let the AI do the work. Then you have to rehumanize it in the back 20. And a lot of people are missing.
That's kind of that's what I do with my messages or, emails and such that
We're missing the last 20%.
Because then people are doing too much AI and then it doesn't look.
All the email, how many emails do you get a day where you're like, that was AI?
Yeah.
And it's okay. I think there's this weird thing of like people, maybe people don't care, right? Because it's like blatantly obvious. But people are like, don't want you to know that they're using AI, but you do know. And but I think it's okay, but you should make it you remove some of the emojis because you don't type that way.
Or sometimes like it's very like transactional. And I'm like, well, that was kind of, I want some emotion in there. Throw something in there for me.
Make me feel something.
Yeah, come on. Yeah.
So what's it, how is business different in Illinois compared to Florida?
Very, very different. Different, obviously, price points, different houses. We find things on inspections that, we wouldn't in Illinois. Illinois has basements. We don't. Something different. Like I mentioned, like clientele, I usually know everybody, which is really, really nice. But then also at the end of the day, it is kind of nice to, work with somebody that you're not going to be at some gathering with. So it's kind of nice.
Isn't it kind of exhausting?
Yeah. Because then you're like, oh my gosh, I have 5 clients in this room.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have to make sure I say hi to everybody and chat them up. And
you and I are pretty social people, but I do get like I just kind of wanted to relax.
Yeah. You have to turn it on. You're like, oh, it's crap, And I'm sure people feel that in any industry, when they
it's not that. Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't know. It's a weird balance, isn't it?
Yeah, it's different. So I do like that aspect of things. Is that a lot of people I don't. No, it's a lot bigger. I mean, St. Pete is small, and Tampa obviously is a lot bigger. But, I don't run into people at the grocery store, which is kind of nice.
Because you live in Tampa?
St. Pete.
Oh, you live in St. Pete. Oh, you did live in Tampa.
I did live in Tampa.
Okay.
I've lived in both.
Yeah.
So I've got to see, the pros and cons to both, and that's really helped with when
What are
clients ask me. I
Tell
don't
me.
want to tell the people.
Come on, let's be
depends.
transparent. This is how we're being raw here, Jayden.
Yeah,
Come on.
it depends on the lifestyle and what you're wanting.
Good answer. Good answer.
And I tell my clients that all the time.
Yeah. Okay, so if I'm thinking about Tampa, what kind of lifestyle am I looking for?
I always tell my clients to, or anyone, to drive around neighborhoods. That's something big here is, there's streets that are different. There's areas, there's neighborhoods that, one area can look really good, and the next you're like, okay, I don't know if I would want to walk at night in this particular spot. I think that St. Pete is a little bit more vibey and colorful, and people are super down to earth and such. A lot more walking things to do, not as much traffic. I lived in South Tampa, and so I had to drive to really get to anywhere that I was wanting to go. There wasn't as much to do. You're obviously farther from the beach. Tampa does have some good, like the downtown nightlife and stuff like that. But once again, you can't really walk, which kind of stinks. I personally like living in St. Pete better, but once again, there's people that love Tampa. There's people that love Riverview, Bradenton. Anywhere.
Anywhere.
So, yeah.
Yeah, whatever style you're going for.
them.
I'm biased. Yeah. I don't cross the bridge. My sister doesn't live in Riverview anymore. I rarely go over there.
The podcast is called Talking Tampa or something.
No, this is Tampa Bay Unlocked.
Oh, Tampa Bay Unlocked.
Yeah, you're talking about the other podcast. That's Talking St. Pete.
Oh, Talking St. Pete.
See?
Well, yeah. So I didn't know Tampa.
No, it's okay.
You're like, it's fine.
It's fine, Jayden. Come on. No, I'm not. I will go over there once for like a nicer dinner or something like that. There's some stuff over there.
Yeah, St. Pete. There's no traffic too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. And my clientele is in St. Pete, and that's where we focus on social media too. So something else like focusing on one particular area is going to be a lot easier for you because then you can really become an expert in that area. Versus,
it's important.
When I moved here, I took any lead, which is great, and I still will to an extent. But if you know your specific market, that's going to really help your business.
What's your favorite neighborhood?
Crescent Heights, probably, with the walking around the lake. It's beautiful.
It is really nice.
I'm kind of in North St. Pete right now.
Yeah. Crescent Heights is really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Oh, I think Allendale.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's areas of, I really, it's unfortunate. I like Troy Acres area.
Yeah. It has a lot to offer, but
the risk is risky.
Well, if you build up.
Yeah. But Allendale is kind of this cool hybrid of Old Northeast with the things and bigger lots and centrally located. And I also just like downtown. But I love downtown.
I love that your office is right here.
Yeah.
This is an amazing spot.
Yeah, it makes life really easy. Like I just had a lunch meeting and they're like, well, where do you ever want to go? I go Denver Coastal because I don't have to drive.
Yeah.
I don't want to drive.
Just walk.
Just get me there.
The ROI makes sense to walk.
Yeah. 100%. So how are you okay, so we talked about social media, but we talked, you've been involved in the gyms and other types of communities and things like that. What else, how does Jayden spend her time at when she's not showing houses?
Yeah. I did. So one of the reasons why I haven't seen you in a while is I did hurt my back. So I've had some back issues, and that's why I haven't been in the gym. But honestly, that's my favorite space to be in is a community and a gym. But I've had to take things slower. So I just go and do workouts on my own. Yeah. So I spend my time doing that. I love walking. Walking and working is one of my favorite things to do.
Walking while working?
Yeah. Like taking a phone call while I'm on a walk or, I also love a good balcony sit, like sitting on my balcony.
Love a good sit.
Yeah. I'm not too fun. I don't do a lot of things. I work and like I said, I try to have the balance in the life. And so, yeah, I enjoy coffee and love coffee shops. I feel like that's where we work a lot most of the time.
What's the best ones to go to work?
Blush is a great one to work at. That's one of our favorites.
Where's that?
Gosh, it's close to downtown. I don't even know what street it's on. I'm horrible. I don't know.
GPS will get us there.
Yeah, that's going to take me. But yeah, Blush is nice because it's quiet.
Okay.
So you're not going to have a lot of action happening where some of the other coffee shops, there's a lot of overstimulating and you're like, I can't take a phone call here.
No, yeah.
So, yeah, that's a good one. And that's where we spend a lot of our time and work days and stuff.
Yeah. No, I know a lot of people are doing the coffee shop thing. St. Pete's cool in that regard. There's a lot of
and
variety.
then you can try and meet somebody, too, while you're in the wild. You know, whether it's a client or... So.
What's your favorite real estate story?
Story?
Yeah. Like, where you're like, either like you met somebody in a cool setting and you never thought that would, that led to a sale or a crazy deal. I don't know. Just...
I don't know about... I'd have to probably think on what's the coolest. But I think something that...
Memorable?
I think that something that I always talk about is one relation... one relationship always will lead you to the next. And if something doesn't work out with that client or person, and let's say they do use another eight, whatever that looks like, you're always going to get the return in some way, whether it's like a referral or them coming back to you or a friend of theirs. So that happened just recently where I, talked to a client and they just weren't able to get approved at the time, and I just continued to follow up, and then they referred their parents to me. And so
nice.
that's it, and you're like, oh, even higher price point, and they're so nice and everything. So, I think that's definitely such a positive and it's all long term too. So if you meet somebody, one day, typically nothing comes to fruition until a year, 2 years out. And so creating that relationship then is in the future going to be positive.
Yeah, for sure. No, relationships are everything. That is cool. Yeah, when you're like, oh, nothing came of that, but then it's a real compliment to get a referral.
Yeah. Yeah, that's honestly too. And whenever somebody asks, what can we do for you? Or what's the best thing that, and I'm like my photo or share it or comment on it or share it with a friend or referral. That's like the easiest way. Leave me a review.
That's all we want. Sing my praise. That's all we want.
Yeah.
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 No, I get that. That's people get it, but some people don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
How tough it is out there. So thinking of tough, like what are some for the new agents that are listening to you and they're looking like Jayden kills it, blah blah blah. Let's do some myth busting. What are some myths that come to mind about real estate that you're like, not true?
Well, obviously the most common one is going to be like it looks. So many people say to me, you look like you're having so much fun and you're doing so, which I am, and I am doing great. But at the same time, everyone's just seeing the highlights. That's not at all what you should have seen me an hour ago, like sprinting around, sweating, my head's about to pop off. It's a lot. And I think too, we do have to work when other people don't, and, holidays, nights, weekends, stuff like that. And it seems like, some people are like, oh, it's just like fun, like selling sunset or, fashion show. And yeah, I like to look nice, but unfortunately that's not the job.
Right. Right.
I have to actually be able to, talk to a client about a very serious issue. Whether, a bad inspection comes back, how are we going to move forward with this? How are we going to mitigate this issue to get you to the closing table? Or, something's happening with lending. Okay, well, how are we going to be able to get you to the closing table once again? So there's a lot of very serious conversations that come with that.
I think that's the big thing of like agents get into the business like, oh, I want this because I want to be able to control my time and I want to work on my own schedule. And you're like, no.
Yeah. And that's one thing about like becoming the leader, the team lead. It's, part of me was like, oh, I could kind of step back from showing houses. Well, that doesn't mean that I have to step back. I mean, I'm getting phone calls all the time of, what I need help with this scenario. What do we do? And who do I call? And how do I mitigate this issue? And so your time's never yours.
Yeah, no, it's not. No, it's not. So, what's a typical day look like for you? Or do you have a structure? Do you use a calendar? I'm always like, some agents are like, I'm so structured. I'm time block everything. Or like, I just go where my phone takes me.
I am a Google Calendar girly. So yeah, whatever's on the Google Calendar is happening, and I try and have, my workouts and the times. And I have blocked periods for, this is prospecting hour or admin hours. And then we're going to go film content probably. And, we show up and do what we feel like performing. But yeah, definitely Google Calendar. I think that that's another thing is when you are, your own boss and you become a realtor, you're like, what do I do? No one says you need to call, you have to do this, this, and this. So you have to create that for yourself. I just today with one of the girls said, like, let's do a 30-day challenge, whatever that looks like. And like by our next team meeting, let's show me what you would like to accomplish that's also obtainable, and then every day I'll keep you accountable and we'll check these items off. So whether that's once a week hosting an open house and talking to this many people, joining this group, stuff like that. So we just literally did that today. So
you're really stepping into coaching.
yeah. Yeah. So that's the fun. I really like the coaching side of things.
Yeah. No, I get that. Me too. Okay, so to answer my question, it's a calendar. You're running the calendar.
Yeah, but I'm also flexible too. But yeah, I mean, I'll even say to like my significant other, my boyfriend, I'm like, is it on the calendar? Because
No.
if it's not, we're not doing it.
Right. No, it's true. It's true.
Yeah. And then I also just bring my laptop wherever I go, honestly, to be able to just like pop it out and do something really quickly. Like in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I know I'm leaving, I was just at a wedding last weekend and I had to, pop it out a couple times.
During the wedding?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, doing the things.
Yeah. No,
yeah.
you're locked in as a bit. When you're that committed to your craft and like it's yours and you love it, like it doesn't always feel like work.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's obviously highs and lows, but there's more highs to me and more wins than lows.
Yeah.
The lows can be bad, but there's more highs to me.
Yeah, no, there is. It's a roller coaster sometimes.
Yeah.
What do you think about the current state of the market?
It's an interesting market.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So obviously we're starting to have buyers get deals, which I think is really good for our market because we were getting really high there. And so it's definitely interesting because we kind of see both. If a house is priced right and it's staged and it's in a good location, we're still seeing multiple offers. But then we're also seeing where we're getting our clients definitely closing costs and money off the asking price. So it's very interesting, especially when you're a listing agent trying to price a home. You're like, okay, how do we perfectly price this? Because we don't want to be too long days on market, but then also we don't want it, too under or over. So
what is your strategy? Because I'm hearing all kinds of different things right now from agents, and I think a lot of agents are lost just because if we're looking at the county report, most homes are selling 5 to 6% below ask price.
Yeah.
So what's your strategy?
Really honing in on a CMA and seeing what that house is doing, very similar, and seeing, looking at days on market and then also prepping the seller. Like, hey, we might have to do, if we do not get activity in X amount of days, we're going to need to do a price cut to be able to keep that interest and keep that low days on market. And even putting that in the contract, like X amount of days is works very well so that you're not having to really have that conversation.
Do you have any sellers right now that are like, I think sellers that are selling are the ones that need to.
Yeah.
Right? Because the ones that don't sometimes are unrealistic in their pricing.
Yeah.
And sometimes you gotta kind of be like the weatherman and say, hey, that's not reality.
Yeah, we've seen that a lot where people are upside down or it doesn't make sense. They've only been in the home to 1 to 2 years. So yeah, we're just prior, I always, you want to meet people in person, but sometimes you're like, in this current state of market, it's like, let me make sure you're realistic and having maybe a little bit more in-depth phone conversation or Zoom meeting or something to be able to like ensure, because we've had a couple where, they're up. So we try and figure out, are we upside down or are we going to profit, and letting them know kind of like a range before we go and sit down with them. And then they're like, no.
Do you use a strategy? So, strategy I've been using, it works phenomenal, is whatever I think the price is, we're going 5% below.
That's really good.
Because I'm like, the market's trending in that direction. Instead of chasing it, let's just get ahead of it.
Definitely. That's a great idea.
And it takes a little bit more convincing of the seller, because they go, well, if I list low, then they're going to offer me less. And it's like, no, we want to actually
create a multiple offer to be able to get more money.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have that conversation as we talk about the 3, like we could price it perfectly, maybe get one buyer. We could price it over and then it's crickets. And then you're going to actually end up with less money, or we price it low and you're actually going to end up with more money because it's going to be a multiple offer.
It's like, sometimes it's really hard for the brain to wrap that around, because they just think that, then people are going to lowball me. And it's like, no, well, if we have 2 people that are trying to lowball, they're going to end up highballing.
Yeah.
Two lowballs equal a high.
Yeah. And usually once the buyer walks through the property too, they already love it.
Yeah.
So
everyone's looking for a deal.
Yeah. So
it's tough out there.
Yeah, it's an interesting market. You definitely can't just throw the house on the market and it's gonna sell.
No.
So
No. You got to have you, like, from when you we both first moved here to now, it's like 180.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. 3 years ago. Yeah, it was definitely absolutely.
Multiple offers, all of that. Now, like, agents really have to be skillful in their craft and know what they're doing.
Yeah, and that's where. So we put a home on the market, and it kind of sat for a while, and then that's actually when we did the trending video. Is like, how can we as an agent, put ourselves apart and get more eyes on the property after it's been on the market for 30 days. And so then redoing some content to be able to showcase it and get it into people's eyes so that it, just anything we can do. Because obviously anyone, we got the open houses we can do, we can price improve, but that's another one.
Are you guys using your Instagram following and strategy in your listing appointment?
Yeah.
Yeah, and people like that?
Yeah. Yeah, we kind of have like a presentation that we go over, and we show lots of stats too of, a really cool stat that we have is we had an agent or a different agent put a house on the market, and Zillow got 1,200 views, let's say, and then we went in and posted a video and got over like 18,000 views, and so Zillow can't do that, but social media can. So that is something that we use in our presentation and talk about, that we're able to
more exposure.
Yeah. And people share it, and it's kind of like that thing where you're like, are you sure all these views are actually wanting to, buy and sell? But the other thing that we're capturing, not only consumers, is other agents in the market who can bring the buyer.
Yeah.
You have the pre-approved, ready-to-go buyers that are serious. And if you see it, you can be like, oh, this would be great for Tim.
I think that's a really missed point in agents that are making content, is making it for other agents.
Absolutely.
Because what are agents doing when they don't want to lead gen is they're scrolling through Instagram.
Yeah, right? Absolutely. They're like, oh, what video do I need to post? Or, they're seeing those things. And so, having the agent connections is almost more important.
Yeah, I think so. Because they got the people.
Yeah. You have the buyers, or I have the listing, and we can work really well together to create something. If you have one bad agent on the other end, I don't want to work with you. So
So you guys think you're going to lean into the more trendy stuff?
Yeah, I think that's
now you
fun.
tried it, and now you're like, all right, this is working.
Yeah. Actually, so our builder kind of said, he's like, honestly, I kind of like the unhinged stuff. Unhinged. And I'm like, I'm very professional, fun. And so I'm like, I don't know about all because you see some things online.
But they're not getting, have you ever looked at any of their numbers?
No.
They're not selling shit.
Yeah.
To be honest.
So I'm like, okay, so there's a line that obviously we don't want to cross we don't want to do something too crazy, but if it's a fun trend, and people usually know it's trends stuff too, or even like the song, you're like, it's a little explicit. So I try and keep that balance of like not too unhinged, but also fun and trendy.
Yeah.
And
you gotta get the pause, right? We just gotta stop the scroll.
Yes. Like, hey, look at this house.
Yeah.
Stop
the scroll. I'm seeing all kinds of different. An agent friend of mine from the Carolinas just posted like, and not enough agents as agents, and I'm not calling out the women, but I'm calling out the women. Like most people, the glitz and the glam, but most homeowners are not walking around their house like that. And so this agent I thought was phenomenal. She took the cozy approach and answered the door in sweatpants.
That's
and
nice.
Like it was a nice set, but it was like, this is a cozy home. I'm cozy. Let's lean into that vibe.
Yeah.
Which I was like, that's 180.
That's good.
From what everyone's doing.
Yeah, versus the stilettos. I'll tell you, I bring them in my bag. I put on the heels, do the video, and take them off immediately.
Well, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not, and it works, right?
But that's a great idea.
But like when everyone's now like, oh.
I'm going to take it.
You should, right? That rip off and duplicate.
Put on my slippers, and my little coffee bag.
And now it's like, oh, that's different. It's just like, okay, and it's crazy the era that we're living in of like this attention, and our brains are like, seen it. Oh, that's different.
Yeah.
It's
so interesting.
Do you use AI to come up with ideas or no?
No.
You guys are just that good.
No. A lot of things I like to do is take other trending items from different career paths. So you'll see like, let's just say a hairstylist does this specific trend, and I try and do the same thing but different.
In real estate.
Yeah. So just like to change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So we're not like completely copying, but at the end of the day, it's like hard when there's so much out there.
No, it is. No, but you can keep it fresh. That's why I like looking at what other agents are doing in different states too.
I think too, as agents, we follow other agents. So we see the same thing over and over, but a consumer, a random Bob, I posted the videos on Facebook, which is obviously just a different, usually generation using that. And they didn't even, my mom didn't even know it was a trend. She's like, I don't know what you girls are doing, but good job. You know? So there's...
Yeah, I didn't know either. Danielle told me.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, Danielle told me. Because I was like, these girls are killing it with their ideas. We're going, Danielle's like, oh, it's a trend. I'm like, oh, man, I'm a boomer. I'm a boomer.
You're like, wow, they really made that up. Yeah. That's crazy.
I just thought it was like, kind of like going back to the mannequin challenge type of deal.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah, I'm aging myself here a little bit.
So it depends which content you're looking at, but the ones where we do like, let's go check it out.
Yeah, that's was original.
All just like silly made, like let's show up. But just the most recent ones that have gone a little viral, those ones, we just posted one too that you can, like I said, you can take from other people. Like, oh, that was a good intro. Let's save that. You know how to save stuff on Instagram? Okay, good.
Oh, come on, Jayden. Goodness. I got an RB folder. Ryan B. I got my Ryan B favorites, okay?
So yeah, put it in the folder, scroll through it, and be like, okay, let's throw this with this, and that'd be a good idea.
Okay, so you're baking here. You're throwing like, ingredients together and cooking up.
Yeah. Like attention grabber. Like, hey, here we are. Yeah. Throw that in there, and then like I just did one where we reversed the house. Like it was like, and like I was like, let's just throw that in there and then start talking.
Are you guys doing this all on CapCut? Are you doing all this yourself?
So those ones we did hire out, which I will say was very, very nice, and we need to do that more often too, because it is exhausting. You're being the director, you're trying to outfit change, you're trying to film with your tripod. You're trying to, it's a lot. So we did just hire out to do 3 videos in one day and with 3 different outfits, and still exhausting, but we had somebody film us
then you can
edit.
Right, and once you're done, you're like, okay, send it to me.
That's the next, we need to keep doing that.
Yeah.
That's what we recently did, and we need to keep doing
So have you figured out, because a lot of people are saying, okay, they're doing all that stuff, but how many leads are they actually getting from Instagram, right? Are you guys tracking that?
Yeah, I mean, I have a spreadsheet of all our closed deals.
And know where they came from?
Yeah, I have in there, Sphere, referral, social media, and social media. I mean, Karina on my team, she's a freaking rock star. She's amazing. She, probably 90% of her deals are social media.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Because some agents they're like, does it really work? Do I need to do it? And I'm just like kind of myth busting right now because it does.
It does. I think it's all about what you put your energy into. Just like open houses worked for me when I moved here, but then I stopped and went to something else. It's all, if you are an agent and all you do is prospect in person at gyms, that can work too. Mm-hmm. It just was what you put your energy towards.
That's great advice. I agree with that. I also think that social media keeps you in top of mind to your sphere, right? To the same point what you just said, right? It's not even that the leads come through. They might call you directly, but they did because they've seen for the last 6 months that you've been busting your ass.
Absolutely, yeah. Someone will call me and I forget they exist, and I'm like, wow, that was so nice to hear from them. And they're like, oh, we saw you on social media. And the other thing is just not caring too. Just at first I cared and I was like, whoa, I do not look great in that clip. Let's remove that. And once you get past that and you're just like, I really don't care, you're not the one paying my bills.
Right. Your P&L loves it.
Yeah. So that's good.
Yeah. I love it. I love it, Jayden. I love what you guys are doing. It's cool. It's hip. It's where as agents we need to be thinking. We need to stay innovative. And I think we can sprinkle a little AI into your business.
Shift. Yeah, right? I need to shift, do some AI.
Yeah.
And
well, just systems. I think as we scale, it's like how do we do more with less?
Definitely.
Right? Because I'm in this era right now of I need to. I've burnt myself out a couple times.
Mm-hmm, I've done that.
Right.
Lots.
And And it's like, okay, really, what's the purpose of life, right?
Yeah.
You really get into that, right?
Yeah.
You get into that.
Yeah,
I know you lean it.
that's what happened when I moved here.
You
I'm
get
like,
into your
what's
faith,
going on,
right? And
Yeah.
all that. But it's also like finding peace, how much cortisol is pumping through my veins, right? Like keeping it calm.
Put my
like
shoulders down.
Right. Even right now, like just relaxing a little bit. Like we're just here jamming, having a good time, for everyone to see. And, it just keeps things in perspective, right? And so, it's like our motto here has always been God, family, business. And it's like
I love
really
that.
keeping that in perspective, because we'll let the business try to run us.
Yeah, that's the other thing. We're talking a lot about new agents, but agents that have been in the business and been burnt out, like we have. It's like being able to set those boundaries and realizing that you're human too, and you're okay to have an appointment that is personal. That's okay.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's so good.
That's so good, because I'll tell you, last night I had a text at 8:00 of something that I could have done, and I'm like, who else is like, I don't need to do that. It can wait till the morning.
Mm-hmm.
But it was even the idea that I was like, I want to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, my phone goes on D&D.
Mine too, but then you can see it, man. I need to throw that.
How do you see it?
Well, because you're still talking to mom FaceTimes me. Mom,
See, my brain just shuts off.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like a morning gal, and you don't want me responding after.
No, I really don't. I like to, but it's like
But yeah,
you're just, I don't know, to that point. Like you got to create that space for you. And I think the mental health in this industry isn't talked about enough, because we are in this day and age where people expect instant results. They want answers now, right? And I lost business. This was probably 2 years ago, and this was actually, I'm telling, I wish I remembered your names because I'd call you out, but I deleted you out of my mind except for the whole story.
Good.
This was an Air Force colonel, retired, and I'm prior military. I showed them like 10 houses, right, over spans of weeks.
And they didn't respond, and
I was at a breakfast meeting at 8 a.m. in the morning. His wife had texted me, hey, I want to see this house today. In the hour of my breakfast meeting, I didn't respond fast enough, so she took it upon herself to schedule another agent. And I said, I had called back right away. And I said, I can't show you today. It's last minute. I can show you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Went and talked to another agent. It's that like
that happens.
That gets to you of like, what? Like how? But people just expect like, well, you should have had a better system. Why can't you show me today? Yeah. And then it creates this anxiety in your mind of like, I have to always be on.
That's their loss, though.
For sure.
They used an agent.
I'm not. I'm using that as an example, as a story that creates anxiety in agents of like, literally, it's not like I wasn't sleeping in. I'm at an 8 a.m. breakfast meeting. You got so impatient. Yeah. And then, so that's what I'm saying. The expectations for the market, we have to do a good job of setting
those boundaries. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. There's obviously like the hustle culture. I'm in the work-life balance culture, but I'm also going to get you really good results.
Yeah. Because you want me fresh.
Yes. That's the other thing is, as you were talking, is it's like if you don't take care of yourself, I am not able to take care of my clients if I haven't eaten today.
Right.
You don't want me hangry.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
I need to eat to be able to show up, to be able to give you the best service possible.
For sure. So. Yeah, we got to fill our cup.
And I think too, it's okay to say no to clients too, meaning, this might not be the best fit, and that's okay too if they are, running you ragged or not listening to you and don't have realistic expectations. It's okay to say no to them because you can find business elsewhere.
Oh yeah, I'm a big believer in that. Like when people like when you're starting out, or even still, some agents have been in the business for a while. They're just like, I'm like, why are you working with that person? Yeah. It's like a powerful leadership spot to be like, I don't think we're a good fit. Yeah. It actually makes people want to work with you more.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
It's kind of like going back to like when we both, in the dating world.
Absolutely.
The less attention I give you, the more you want me.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. You're like, wait a second, this is a little toxic.
Yeah.
Hey, that's not how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly. But exactly. Yeah, no, that's valid point like this. I hope everyone, takes a little lesson out of that one because, we got to learn these sometimes the hard way ourselves. But
Yeah.
I'm okay setting clear expectations.
Yeah, I think too, communication is very important. Before I walked into this, studio today with you, I know I have somewhere to be, and I'm texting that person, I'm going to be unavailable from this time to this time. Once I get out, I will be on the way to you, and I'll text you because I might be a little late. It's an inspection, so they last, 3 hours.
Yeah.
So it kind of just depends.
All right, I just want to make sure I'm not holding you up.
But no, yeah, we're good.
Yeah. All right, well, let's wrap
but
up.
just saying communication.
Yeah,
like
no.
saying like, hey, I'm at a wedding this weekend, but I am still available for you, but I'm going to be a little less available, like, so just, yeah.
Well, yeah, you're bringing your laptop everywhere. When do you fully unplug? Like, because I think, personally, for me, I need to really unplug. I need 72 hours.
I don't think I've ever unplugged in a day in my life for a full day.
It's for
I'm not kidding.
Wow.
For a full day.
You should try it.
It's
It's scary at first, but that's why I think it's 72 hour mark.
I'm definitely addicted to my.
No, I know. We are. Like, I just was in Italy, so it's always great to go to another country in a different time zone because it's like over there, you're 6 hours into your day when everyone's waking up. So even if there is something you had that whole morning.
So do you like prep for that when you leave? Like somebody else is able to handle those?
Yeah, you got to tee it up.
Yeah.
And a real thing that happens in this business is you get more busy the minute you try to leave. Mm-hmm. Like, it's like, so if you need business, just book a trip and go away, and all of a sudden you're swamped.
Very valid.
But I think there's something special about like 72 hours in, everything just hits you of like, oh, it's not all about that.
Yeah,
like there's
more to life.
There's other things going on. Look at this cool culture. Look at these mountains. Look at this fresh air I'm breathing in. Man, this food tastes great. This company I have is so special.
Yeah.
Just like another level of gratitude because you get your nervous system actually like
regulated.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You can even feel it in the moment. Like I brought that in.
Yeah.
But I don't need to be away for more than like 5 days.
Yeah.
Then I'm ready to come back.
Yeah. Yeah. And you usually get reset whenever you go away too.
Yeah. There's something special. You should now you got the team, Jayden. Yeah. I'm going to challenge you.
Yeah. I do a really good job in my day-to-day basis of setting those, like morning time. I do not touch my phone because if you see it, until you finish the response. So I do not touch my phone. I have like the Hatch alarm clock and it wakes me up and I'm like, okay, snooze. And then I get up and I do my me time so that I'm able to
function.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I never have taken one full day without working.
Okay. We're gonna like, can we set, like, when can you do that? Can we like make a holiday time or like 3 days over like?
Ooh, 3 days?
Yeah, why not?
Maybe start with 24 hours?
Sure.
It's like you're asking me to fast for 3 days. Don't eat. Can't touch your phone.
No, but you got that. Why have a team if you can't do that?
Yeah, you're right. I'll do it.
You'll do it?
Yeah.
24?
24 hours.
48.
So literally, you're turning off your phone and putting it elsewhere.
We don't have to turn. Let's just be intentional. Of like, I'm gonna put the team. This is a good test of your systems too.
Mm-hmm. They would last for 24 hours.
Yeah.
I don't know about 40.
Of like, hey, I'm just gonna really unplug. Go do something that is completely not work related, and be present, and not have that even a thought, right? That's where, like, for me, 24 hours when I hit the ground, it's like, okay, you're still kind of feeling the work mode. 48 hours in, then you wake up on that third day and you're like, I can give a shit less.
Yeah.
Like, just for a day, it feels good to come from that perspective,
good.
right? And then you come back and you're like, all right, I need to get back to work.
Yeah, you're like, okay, crap. Yeah,
just
I'll do that.
Just a thought.
3 day. I'll start with 24 and then we'll book a 3-dayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go out.
And I do really need a vacation too, because anytime I vacation, I typically go home, which is great, and we love that time, but it's also very stressful.
Yeah, I think going home is not a vacation.
Very stressful.
That's not a vacation.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter. Big family, small family, everyone wants a piece of your time. You're going here, you're going there. I got to visit. Oh, you want to have dinner?
I stopped telling people I'm coming to town.
I've done that.
I do not.
I've snuck into town to.
I'll just be like, hey, I'm here. By the way, I'm on my way to your house. I have your location.
I know you're home.
See you soon.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, book a cabin out in the woods with no service.
Yeah,
in the forest.
that would be really good. I just was in Michigan for the wedding, and we stayed in a cabin with the girls the first night, and that was waking up. I was like, wow, I need to do this by myself, like without people. I love people, but
yeah. No, it's
everyone needs that.
Yeah, it's
reminder.
just conversation I've been having lately.
Mm-hmm.
Of different people in different industries, and just keeping the main thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking really quickly, I would go back. Like, how do you feel? Have you talked about like the BBAs and the buyer broker agreements and stuff with the whole like clients wanting to use someone else? Have you had any?
I haven't run into that too much. But tell me go ahead. Like,
I'm just curious as to what other people in the industry are seeing. Like, do you feel as if it makes them not be able to back out? Do you do a cancellation fee?
Oh, yeah. No, I never do a cancellation fee.
I do.
You do?
I haven't had anyone cancel, though.
Right.
It's small, but I'm just like, you have to at least owe me some.
On the buyer side for your time. That's interesting.
I have a cancellation fee on my listings,
I would love for you to come teach us how you're doing that.
I have a cancellation fee on my listings, too, because we spend a lot of marketing money hiring a professional, and you do, too.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
100%. I just come from the place of, let's maintain such a relationship that we don't. But what weird things happen.
Mm-hmm.
I had one that I reported the state of the market and what 20 other top agents thought about their home and that it needed a price reduction, and they fired us.
Did you go to like a pitch pad?
No, I got
Wait, what? You're just saying.
I made a luxury brokers open, and I brought 20 some agents through the house.
And then you gave that feedback.
And they were like, we hired you for better results than this.
You're like, I just spent my butt doing this.
I'm like, I'm just reporting the weather.
Yeah.
And
yeah, you should have that cancellation fee.
Should have had it there for sure, because that was like 6 months of relationship and work that was lost really quickly just because I reported the news.
It's not about the money to me. It's about you can't just fire me.
Yeah.
Like, we've been working together, and I have given you expertise, and I know I'm not a new agent that doesn't know what they're doing. I'm giving you a very top-tier experience here.
Right. No, that's valid. I think it's just I was taught in a time when you didn't, and
yeah, it's new. It's very new. That's why
I'm
I was
okay. I'm okay with the idea of
conversation.
doing it. In the BBA regard, I most of the people that I was like, I just have such a strong relationship. It's like,
yeah, you're like, I don't need to.
Yeah.
That is one thing about the social media people. They don't know you, and you don't have that rapport built, so they feel, I think, a little bit better, not as...
Yeah, well, it's like now you have to. It's like, literally can't show you the house, so you sign this, so...
You're going to have to. Get that signature ready.
Yeah. I think I just never make it a big deal. If it's always part of the process, so let's just get it done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's very simple conversation, and they're usually like, okay, I get it.
Do you, I'm not going to use the C word, I'm going to use the F word in terms of fee.
Oh, yeah.
How do you run that in the BBA? Because some agents are like
I'm hearing some fee, you mean?
No, like what you're going to charge.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I heard some sketchy stuff going on. Have you had agents that like asked you, or you've gone to submit an offer on a listing, and the seller's agent's like, and you're like, what's the fee that's getting paid out? And they're like, oh, well, it all depends on your offer. Mm-hmm. I've been hearing that's going on, and that's like, well, did you not already negotiate that at your listing agreement? Because you definitely did.
Yeah.
So what is it?
Yeah, so some brokerages, technically they have to do the seller to buyer's broker. So the seller's off in the conversation versus the brokerage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I have seen or heard another agent do, which we don't do this. We get it up front because, like you said, we want to set that expectation. But I've seen where people have done, this is my commission and this is what I charge, and then when we get an offer from a buyer's agent, they will come with their compensation, and depending on the offer, we can negotiate that. Like I've seen
I think that's bogus.
other agents. I know, because then we put in the offer and they're like, we don't want to give you anything as a buyer's agent. I'm like, well, you're going to have to pay me.
Yeah, I think that lawsuit really just messed things up for the worse.
Yeah, it definitely puts a lot more.
It was supposed to create transparency, and it created less.
Yeah, probably more sketchiness. Especially it's like, how do people go about this? What are they doing? What
Before,
are people not doing?
you never saw. You saw on the MLS. That's what they're paying out. Boom,
Yeah,
done. Right.
I think that makes most sense.
I don't know. I think hopefully there's a reversal on that thing.
Mm-hmm.
The attorneys are the ones who made out on that whole lawsuit.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Yeah, and I think the problem is talking about social media. The negative side of social media is it does look like, oh, we're having so much fun and we make all this money and we don't really do anything. And so like I think people get upset with realtors like they do with like car salesmen. Like that negative. And they think we're making all this money because, you don't see the taxes that get taken out of that paycheck and you don't see the fees that I have to pay and the transaction person and the marketing side of things. You don't see what I pay with that commission.
And I met you in
5 years ago.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And you called me how many times between then? I dedicated all these hours. And so if we break this down on an hourly basis.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the people that know, like the people that are in my life and sphere, they know I'm a hard worker, but I'm sure on the outside there's people that are like, oh, she's just.
I don't want to work with them.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah.
I don't want to work with them. Mm-mm. But I'm really finding, I'm in a phase like really helping agents get out of their way and go to the next level. And, that's why we've been focusing more on P&Ls and like, what are we doing? Because at the end of the day, I joke when agents come in and we're teaching like the first session of their agent training. I'm like, last time I checked, y'all joined this to make money and not start a nonprofit, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We don't want to just be spitting out money and not making anything.
Yeah. Yeah. So
do you see people that are like that?
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm a little bit more, I just talk to my people.
Yeah.
I need to probably get out there more and see what other people are doing.
Yeah, I think it's really important that we keep because this business can be lonely.
Mm-hmm.
Especially it's now like you being a leader of the team. There's probably some things you shouldn't be or don't confide in the team because you are the leader.
Yeah,
right?
no.
And so you got to be surrounded by like other leaders to create this vulnerability to talk through some of the issues of being a team owner.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And that collaboration is really important because there's someone who's already done it that has the answers that you've been spinning your wheels on for weeks.
Yeah.
And you can have a 20-minute conversation. You're like, oh.
Yeah, that's definitely something I'm bad at. Is I like to showcase like, oh, I'm doing so good. You're not showing this other side of things or asking people for help.
Yeah, because on the surface, everything you can we can make everything look shiny.
Yeah, it's fun and gyms and sparkly.
Yeah, inside you're like, ah, yeah, no, it happens.
Yeah,
Jane, we've been going for a while.
Where are we at?
I don't know, probably an hour and 20.
Okay.
So we can keep going.
We can yap all day because the funny thing is I assume how this works is you ask me all the questions, but I have so many questions.
Go ahead, shoot. Let's go.
Usually I'm the question asker when I chat with people.
I love that. It's very, Megan, how often do people ask me questions?
Probably never.
It's really rare, but I love it when it happens.
Yeah, and that's one thing. So you in your life, you obviously you train people at KW, all the new agents. You also have your own team. You've got these podcasts. There's like 92 Ryans running around. What's happening?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's a lot. But it would not happen without the team. I mean, we got Danielle
so you
and
leverage
Megan.
very well.
That's all I do.
Yeah.
Danielle and Megan both sitting there shaking their head.
I need to do better at the leveraging.
Yeah, it's not like they'll come to me for direction, and I'm very much of like, okay, go run with it. And
I like do everything. Which isn't good, probably.
There's pros and cons to that, right? I think it's good to do it initially. There's like, in our training, it's like, I do it, we do it, you do it. And so especially like a close admin or something like that, or people on your team, right? Like you want to lead them to be able to go do what they need to do at the standard that you require it, so that way you can breathe.
Yeah. Definitely.
And so I would not be able to do it all without the team. And now I'm just also looking for different AI solutions to be able to leverage out more. Like I got AI plugged into my calendar that it automatically books my one thing time for the day based on a criteria that I set and decompression.
What's one thing time?
Lead gen.
Lead gen.
Yeah. Like what's the one thing I need to do today that's going to make everything else easier or unnecessary in the business. but I set parameters so that way I can just have all the meetings that show up and booked, and then it will book around that. We'll schedule my decompress time, like everything that's needed there. I just think I'm gifted in the sense that my brain can work very fast. And I'm able to pivot. Like I'm like 1 minute I'm doing this, and the next I'm over here, and then I'm over here, and I'm over here.
Yeah.
But I like that.
Okay. I think I'd burn out. Like I would be my brain. Woo.
Yeah, I can't. You gotta. That's why
the people are there.
Yeah, and the decompression time is important. I don't know. Am I answering your question? You're asking how I do it. I don't even know what the question
See,
was.
now you're on the other side of things. How does it feel?
Yeah. No, it's a valid question though. Valid question. But it's a team. It's a team.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've got the team. What's your favorite part? You've got so many different avenues that are happening.
I
what
love
do you like
when
the best?
I have one of the top agents sitting with me and we have light bulb moments.
Yeah.
You know, it's I like the creative aspect, and so I really like asking. I'm all about people self-discovering. And so when I walk someone down the lane and I watch them self-discover, it's like that's the most rewarding thing. Because I can't tell you anything, Jayden. You'll be like, yeah, that's cute, Ryan. I'm already doing my thing. It's fine. But if I ask you
Just
questions
keep
in a series of ways, it helps you self-discover and unlock the next thing. That's powerful.
That's very powerful. I have a mentor in my life that I started real estate with, and she does that to me all the time. And that's a very not many people have that talent, and she does that all the time. I'm guessing someone did it to her, but she does that. She's like, so how do you feel about that? And what? And I'm like, I don't know. I haven't thought about it.
So sometimes it's just creating the space for people, you know, and I've gotten good of like, in my office, sitting across my desk, I'll ask the question and I just will sit there uncomfortable with the silence. Until there's an answer. And I've gotten comfy in that because I know I get goosebumps when I strike a nerve with somebody. I'm like, ooh, that was good. And I know it was good. And wait for it. And boom, there it is.
And then they tell you.
Yeah. So that's really rewarding. I don't know. There's so many things. Like we have so much cool shit going on here all the time that it's like at the end of the day, I would decompress at the end of the day and think about, I'm like, holy cow, I forgot about this thing that we did this morning. That was incredible. Yeah. You know, but so just keep it moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
What else?
You have a lot happening on. What's your least favorite? Like, what's something that you actually, besides the AI, you need to get better at, or you need to hand off to somebody? What's
my least favorite?
Yeah.
What is it, Danielle? Emails.
Emails. Your inbox is full.
No.
Can you have somebody else open your emails?
No, yeah. But it's like nails on a chalkboard. Even like I just hate email. I hate it. I hate it because there's so much like. There's
Spam.
So much, not that, but there's like good news in there, or there's this, or someone needs something. Like, I don't know. There's just something about the inbox that just not my jam. It just doesn't feel like good use of my time.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, fine. And I think it because if I look, I'm sure you're the same way. Like, I've count, like on average, I have 50 to 60 people that text me a day. So text message is like my email. And then to add email on top, it's like.
It's just a little overwhelming.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Yeah, you could definitely. Do you ever have somebody else check your email and do those things?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. No, that's
leverage that out.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. But that's probably the least favorite part of all that.
That's so funny. That's actually a funny answer.
Yeah, it's the true answer. I didn't have to answer it. Danielle. Yeah. No, I would say the least favorite is like little fires. Like being in leadership, there's a lot of sometimes political things that are going on that it's like, okay. Like maybe
some drama.
There's some drama and I got to handle this the right way and put on the face and help them self-discover without, because in real estate, there's so many egos.
Oh yeah.
Right? It's like it's my business who like I'm doing this and and they'll say the agents that tell me I don't care about the recognition or the awards are the exact ones who care about the recognitions and the awards. Right? So it's like I've gotten really good at like the minute they tell me they don't care about something, I'm like, oh, but you do.
Oh, dang it.
You know, and so that's and I won't say it's always frustrating, but when there's conflict and now I gotta play dad.
You got to put on your big boy pants.
Yeah. And it's like, do you even hear yourself right now?
That's so funny.
Yeah. There's a lot of fun stuff. I mean, leadership is a biggest mirror that I've ever put in front of myself. You know, because it's like, I feel like I'm under a microscope constantly. Everyone's watching. Was I 1 minute late to this meeting? How did I show up? How was my energy? Did I ask how they were doing? Did I remember their dog's name? Like there's all, I don't know. Maybe it's pressure I put on myself. It's just because how I want to show up. But
now, do you have like a coach that coaches you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How often do you meet with them?
Weekly.
Okay.
Yeah. For a while, I had 2 coaches.
And you really like that?
Yeah, just to problem solve with. So I think it's really important to have a third party who you can be completely raw with that understands your world but not in your world.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like a therapist.
Yeah, but it's like a strategic therapist of I'm having this leadership challenge. How have you experienced this before, and what would you do? Is where I find the biggest.
And sometimes too, what you're talking about is when you start talking to somebody else about something, you're actually answering your own questions and realizing it. It's just you need somebody there.
Oh, there's so many times when I'm sitting down with people and they're like asking me for things I'm getting to, and I go, just so you know, I'm talking to myself right now.
Yeah. They're like, what's going on today? And you're like, explaining, you're like, oh, I needed to hear that. Whatever that says.
Yeah, I needed to hear that for myself. I do that a lot when I'm in the classroom teaching.
Yeah.
It's
you're like, I need to be better at this. And I just got reminded of this today. And so let's all
work on it together. I would say that at whatever journey I'm on, I normally am taking everyone else on that journey with me.
Good. Yeah. That's amazing. That's a true leader.
And Megan's shaking her head to that. Yeah. It's like people probably know what's going on in my life because it's like as I'm dealing with things, they're all coming with me.
Well, in like a couple months, everyone's going to be AI king since that's what you're
Well, we've been talking about that for a while, Jayden. How long have we been talking about that?
Well, where are the people at?
We're ahead of the team. What do you mean? They're all here.
Oh, we know. We already know.
Yeah, they're all here.
Okay, good.
Yeah, no, we've been ahead of that curve. Yeah, because I've been like deep diving into that for a while. I just see what's coming. It's so fascinating. We're living through like probably one of the coolest times in history.
Wow.
Yeah.
Glad you just self-reflected that to me.
I'm doing that to give that to you.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta double down.
Where's my notepad? Because I've got a lot of to-dos after this that I'm supposed to be doing that I need to. Yeah. I didn't realize that I would get a.
Well, you also have an inspection to get to, so I want to be cautious of your time. Last question. It's your birthday. We're in St. Pete. Where are we going to eat?
My birthday?
Yeah.
Prior I went to Lala and we did like the karaoke thing. That was fun.
That's fun. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a big foodie, to be honest.
Okay.
Which is interesting. I'm in my at-home cooked era.
That's
fantastic.
Let's
go to Lala again. Or you tell me where we're going. Some things too with like my personal time, since I am such a leader and directing all day, every day, for something like that for my birthday, I would want I'm like to my friend, where's the new hot spot? Where are we going?
No, I'm the exact same way.
And I'll book the reservation, but you tell me what's new.
In my social life, I don't plan shit.
Yeah, I'm like, you have to, and my friends know, like, I'm like, disengage me. Put me down.
Yeah. Tell me where I need to go.
Yeah.
I'm a creature of habit, and I love Bavaro's, which I'm having Dan Bavaro come on my other show here, I think next week.
Okay.
I love ceviche.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just love it there. I was just at Taverna Costal. I love going to Taverna Costal. Where else do I love? There's a lot of places.
There's so many.
What
any new place that you want to try that you haven't yet?
I've tried them.
You tried them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Elliot Astor at Vinoy is a really cool spot. So if you haven't been, I would check it out. The vibe that like they've done an incredible job with the finishes and the decor, and like you're in there and you're like, where am I in St. Pete? Like it's a higher class place.
Okay.
That we're not used to in St. Pete.
Okay.
Yeah, and the room is just impeccable. Like it's honestly like probably one of the best decors I've seen in St. Pete. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I checked them out.
And then how do you meet most of your people that you have on your podcast in the wild? On both.
Referrals or outreach.
People.
Like now we've gotten to the spot with that show that we can just like we just had the senior curator for the Dali Museum, a senior interpreter for the Dali Museum on the show. This guy's been following and part of the museum for 30 plus years. They're like.
So how'd you get him? You reached out to him.
Reached out to the museum. We want to have you on. I had to have a phone call with another lady who led. Like it took some time.
Yeah.
But that
That's
was
some great connections.
That was just phenomenal to pick someone's brain who's been at that particular craft for that long, and the knowledge depth is outrageous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, so we're going to Lala. We're doing karaoke, and you're gonna go home and have a home cooked meal after that.
I'll get an espresso martini somewhere.
Fair enough. Jayden, it's been a pleasure. So much fun. I know we could keep going forever,
So
but I want to
good.
be cautious
Yeah.
of your time. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll chat more about your life.
Yeah.
And all the things.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
Yeah. If you're still with us, like, subscribe, share, go follow Jayden, and so see our cool videos. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye, everyone.
Yay.